At Athens-Limestone Hospital, we believe healthcare isn't just about clinic care. It's also about leadership, service, and investing in the future of our community. Today on Healthy Conversations, we're talking about our ambassador program and the Difference Dash 5K, a meaningful community event led by our ambassadors. I'm joined by Cade, one of our student ambassadors, and Amanda, who helps lead the program. So let's get to talking about how we can all participate in the Difference Dash 5K. So thank y'all for joining us today, and I'm going to start with Amanda. So Amanda, for those who are unfamiliar, can you kind of tell us a little bit about the ambassador program?
Yeah, so the ambassador program was an idea that our president, Tracy Collins, had, where we were talking about workforce development and trying to get interest in healthcare careers with our students. We realized that we were going to college campuses, but we were not getting into the high schools. And so that's really the point. You need to go in and start talking with them as they develop career ideas and prospects.
Okay. So as you kind of alluded to, why it's important to get our students involved, and of course, we love seeing them around the hospital. So, Kate, tell us a little about yourself and kind of what led you to apply and become an ambassador.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm Cade Flaherty. I'm a senior in high school. I go to Lindsay Lane here in Athens, and I've always wanted to go in the medical field, and so being able to explore the different parts of the medical field that not everybody sees. Some people don't think about all the different things that goes into it. It's been what drove me to join the ambassador program.
Okay. And I'm not familiar, and I know a lot of people join as a junior and then they stay in as a senior. Is this your first year as a junior or
This is my second year. I'm a
second
senior
year?
this year.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you're a senior. Okay. Well, good. So you helped with the Difference Dash 5K last year
Yes, ma'am.
then. Okay, awesome.
And Cade, when you first, heard about this program, what really stuck out to you? What was your greatest interest in it?
I think just the fact that it's open to you can go in the hospital and you get to see and volunteer in multiple different things. You're not super limited to like, oh, you only get to like look at what everybody else gets to see. You get more of a behind the scenes look at what goes on.
There's a lot more than what people think, isn't there?
Definitely.
So, kind of as a high school student, what kind of has surprised you the most about being part of this program?
Just probably the amount of involvement. We get to volunteer with not only stuff in the hospital directly, but things like the different stash, and we get to be involved in like the Starlight Ball. We get to go and do those things that are hospital related, but they're not in the hospital.
Yeah, because everything that we do at the hospital definitely spans the community, doesn't it?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
And tell us a little bit about how this experience that you're getting right now has changed your perspective on healthcare in general, or even doing community service and whatnot.
Right. Just like I said, a lot more goes into it, and especially in the hospital, getting to see the different fields and different things that people know less about. Like most people know what nurses do and different things like that, but as you go through out and get to see more of the specific things that each person does and the specific jobs, it's really kind of expanded my view of what goes on.
So, I'm always interested when the ambassadors come around as far as what brought them to the program. Like, what career path were you thinking when you kind of joined the program, or did you have an idea?
Yes, ma'am. So I always knew I wanted to go into the medical field, and early on, I kind of thought I wanted to go on to medical school and probably be an orthopedic surgeon. But since getting to shadow and stuff more, I've actually decided to pursue nursing, and
Okay.
then I want to go on to be a CRNA.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
So what
Well,
what skills do you feel that you've gained from this program?
I think it adds people skills too, like just being at the hospital and like I volunteered some at the information desk and like getting to talk with not necessarily the patients but the patients' families and being able to talk to them and show them around and it gives you the people skills of like to talk to people and things like that.
Effective communication, right?
Right. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Well, the Difference Dash is kind of a community project, and I want to come back and ask you some questions about that. But first, I want to ask Amanda if you can kind of explain the importance of having the Difference Dash as part of that overall ambassador program.
Right. So we wanted to come up with a way that we could raise funds for a scholarship fund through the foundation for ambassadors. One of the things that was important for the workforce development program in general was letting them have those experiences, making that solid decision on what they wanted to pursue, but also providing an avenue for them to be able to go and get that degree. And so that's how we came up with a different stash. It's their community project. They actually plan and execute the event, and all the funds raised from sponsorships go to their scholarship fund.
Okay. So it's kind of a win-win. So tell me about kind of what you've learned about what it takes for a community event like the Different Stash.
Yes, ma'am. There's just so much that goes into it, like everything down to like the t-shirt color. And so like that's one of the choices we kind of get to make. We all voted on what color we liked. We had different options and things. And then that down to getting the sponsors and figuring out different things we're gonna do at the race event, like putting stuff in the little bags and things like that.
Yeah, and I think some of you serve as, cheerleaders kind of along the race, keeping everybody kind of on the right
Yes,
route
ma'am.
and kind of encouraging them to kinda get through. And I think your T-shirt color this year is a teal of some
I think
sort, I
so.
think? Yeah.
And so being a high school student, how important to you is it, or how do you feel about, the involvement and being in the community and being, accessible and seeing what goes into doing these events?
Right. Yeah, so I love being involved in the community. I'm involved with a couple other of the different programs throughout our community and just the volunteer stuff that we get to go in and see, like not only see what goes on, but get to be a part of that. I think it helps, and especially with us, like it shows us, this what goes into it, and then it allows us to be a part of something and appreciate appreciate it more
Greater appreciation by being there, right?
for sure.
Yeah, and that opportunity for the scholarships at the end, I mean, I think that's a great kind of, win-win. I think the program is developed, thinking about all those things, all the aspects of that.
Definitely.
Well, I kinda already asked you about what you're wanting to do and kinda how this has, influenced your career path or your career goals, and I think we hear that a lot from students who come in with a preconceived idea of what it is they wanna do in healthcare, and that kinda this kinda opens those doors for them to see all the different paths.
All right.
Because I know we were recently talking about there's more and more students that are asking for things outside of just nursing now, kinda wanting to know what other avenues there are in the healthcare career, so
And that's an important point, and one of the important aspects of the program is we've seen people who didn't have those experiences, and they started a program, a nursing program, let's say, and they got to the hospital to do their clinicals, and they hated it.
yeah.
So that's something that you definitely want to avoid. You wanna know, "Hey, what I'm pursuing is solid. I know I want to do this." And that's the exciting part about ambassadors. They get to see all of those different things, and as Cade said, we have more than nurses and doctors. There's all kinds of career possibilities in a hospital.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, my career has always been in healthcare, but obviously I'm not clinical, so there are so many. I mean, Amanda's in HR and, Jordan has got many different areas that he has experience through that's not necessarily clinical, and then with me with marketing, accounting, there's just so many, so I think that is just such an advantage. So, if you were encouraging another student to get involved with ambassadors, what would be kind of your top things that you would share with them?
Yes, ma'am. I think definitely if you're interested in anything in the medical field, I think it's definitely a great opportunity. Especially like if you don't know what you want to do, you just know you want to go into medicine because it's such a good field to go into, and there's so many options. Because there's things you don't have to be, like y'all said, you don't have to be clinical. You can go in HR and different things, administration. There's so many different opportunities that you don't necessarily have to be like right there with the patient to affect the patient, just like the Starlight Ball raised money for the, it was the E-bus, is that
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
And so, like, things like that, just because the people who help plan the Starlight Ball are not actually with the patients, they're still affecting those patients.
That's an excellent example, and I know, the foundation didn't get to be with us today, but I'm sure they would love that plug that I mean, it does make a difference even if you're not by the bedside. There's so many ways that other employees in our community in general can impact what goes on at the hospital, and the Different Stash is part of that. It's part of trying to bring those, students back to, we hope, not only the healthcare career, but having a healthcare career here with us at Athens.
And just to add on to that, so, obviously we're all here and we all work for the hospital as far as the three at the table. So the impact of this is going to be affect all of us here. So, this is, I guess, a question for both of you guys. How do you guys feel that this program impacts leadership, community involvement, and just give us your takes on that?
I think that, of course, it's a feel good thing for the community because we're reaching those students in our community, in and around our community. We're generating that interest in healthcare careers. And let's face it, these are the people that are going to be taking care of us. And so if we have, a hand in that and can participate and pass those leadership skills on, our culture at the hospital on to young minds, I think it will go a long way for the future of the workforce.
Yeah, I agree. Well, getting into so we don't wanna miss out talking about specifically the different stash. So, the different stash is Saturday, March 15th, correct?
That's right.
Alright, and you can still sign up to run. I think it's on Run Sign Up, for people to sign up and, still have that opportunity to take advantage of getting that, different stash teal T-shirt or teal tech shirt, I guess, that's part of the run. And it's a 5K and it's along,
Historic Athens.
historic
Beautiful
Athens.
route.
Beautiful, yeah, yeah. And I know some of our community members, kinda come outside and cheer
They
because it's kinda
do.
through the neighborhoods down there too.
They do.
Yeah, that's great. So, with that, kind of, how is it meaningful for you to kinda participate directly with that different stash knowing what it's for?
Right. I think it's great too that it's something like a 5K, like it's something that's promoting healthy habits and different things like that. And so it's great that the hospital like puts on a 5K, and so you get to promote like a health there, and then we get to be a part of it, and we get to cheer on the or the runners, and or if we're there signing them in, whatever. It's just great to be a part of it and get to see like people, people who maybe new to running and stuff, and they cross the finish line and they're very proud of themselves. It's good to see that out of people.
Yeah, there is that sense of, accomplishment because we do have a lot of people who participate in the, different Stash 5K because it's here in Athens. It's not people who participate in 5Ks all the time, and so it's a huge accomplishment to complete. Sometimes it's people's first 5K that
For
they've
sure.
completed.
And as a refresher here, it's been a while since we talked about how all this started because I was actually involved in starting some of it up before I left HR. How did the different stash become the event for the ambassadors? How did that, come to play?
So we were looking for a fun event that they could host and plan, but also looking for something new for us. And we know we haven't had a 5K, and so we thought we would give it a go, and it was very successful. It continues to be very successful. The time of year sometimes is iffy because we never know what the weather's going to do, and I think we did have to reschedule one year. But it really is a great event, and it's a family-friendly event as well.
Yeah, it's a great time of year because it's not too hot yet.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It felt good last year.
It
Felt
did.
really good last year.
Not too hot to get out and do that first 5K. So, kind of what we wanna leave everybody with is how they can participate or what they can do if they've got a business to sponsor. How do they go about doing any of that?
So it's all over our social media, on our website, on ALH Foundation's website. There's links out there that if you're interested in participating, you just click the link and register. You can also just participate as a cheerleader if you want to purchase a T-shirt. Every little bit helps go into that scholarship fund.
And we do that at the end of the year, kind of upon the ambassador's graduation from the program. We kind of announce those scholarship winners.
We do, yeah.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Cade, for being here. And we're so proud of you and being part of the ambassador program and hope to have you come back and be kind of part of us as employees at Athens-Limestone Hospital in the future.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's inspiring to see leadership development at every level, including among our students. Thank you both for joining us and sharing about how the Ambassador Program and the different Stash 5K are helping build a stronger future for our community. We invite everyone to join us on March 15th and be a part of making a difference. Let's keep making a difference, one healthy conversation at a time.